come off the Anzac Eve blockbuster against the reigning premier, and then a week later you're playing a winless team. How do you motivate your players a week apart from those sorts of situations?
Yeah, look, our club certainly doesn't need motivation. We're in a position where we've just been resetting every week, and we look at every week as an opportunity to play our best footy, to continue to improve, and that's no different this week. You know, we know North Melbourne and Hobart and the challenge that presents. You know, they're probably having one quarter a game at the moment where they're off, but 3 quarters are generally pretty strong. So we want to keep looking at our game, how we keep improving, and you know, we're not in a position where we can take anyone for granted. We just want to play our best footy.
Nathan Jones and Jake Melksham playing VFL tonight, is that right?
No, that's not right. I did see a Casey team named. It was incorrect, but no, we've got a squad of 26 that's training today. So they'll all train today, and we'll make our selections after that.
How many are you taking to Tasmania, Simon?
We'll take 24 at this stage. So, as I said, we've got to get through training today, and we'll make some decisions on the back of that. But obviously there's a bit of a gap. It's a bit unusual. Thursday night footy in the VFL into a Sunday game. So we're going to be really cautious, make sure AFL is our priority, have a squad and make our selections on the back of that.
Simon, how do Ben Brown and Sam Wiedemann go about getting in?
Look, it's a great question. As I said, we want to improve our team, and probably the good thing about this today is that we're going to play Ben Brown. That is something we will do. We think we can improve our team, and it's something that, you know, he deserves a spot, so we're going to pick him.
How have you seen his form in the VFL and obviously his recovery from those knee issues?
Yeah, look, he's had 3 weeks of really strong footy. He's ready to play. He's had a big training block, and we think he can make our team better. So we're going to play him, and we're really excited about the opportunity to do that. So he's earned his spot. He's had to perform really strongly, and he's ready to go.
And first game for your club against his old club.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, it's ironic that it's worked out that way. Certainly wasn't planned, and it's certainly not why we selected him. We selected him because we think he's ready. He's performed really strongly, and we think it makes our team better. So we're not afraid to make these moves. Even though we're performing strongly, we think there's an opportunity here where we've got a player in form, he's kicking goals, and he can make our team better.
Have you, without giving too much away, Simon, are you planning on going taller, or do you sacrifice one of your talls that have played previously?
Oh, that's something we'll make a decision on after training. You know, we've got a bit to get through. There's still guys that are a little bit sore, so we'll make that decision. But as I said, we're not afraid to look at how we improve our team, and if that's playing taller, we'll play taller. But if not, you know, we'll adjust around that and make sure it all works well together.
I know you've been asked this a bit, Simon, about Sam and Ben and the mix. Firstly, how close is Sam, and how do you continue to weigh all of that up?
Oh, look, he's very close as well. You know, it's really tough at the moment. We are really taking it horses for courses. The guys that are in form, playing their best footy, will get selected, and that's really how we look at it as a match committee. It's a great position to be in. You know, Tom McDonald, Luke Jackson, you know, all our tools are playing really good, strong footy, and that gives us flexibility, gives us a chance to play guys, but also, unfortunately for some guys, they have to wait their time and perform really strongly in the VFL. So that's a great position for our club to be in, but it also gives us a great chance as a coaching group and a club to get better, and that's the way we look at our team.
It's tough to get better from...
You go, you're right.
It's tough to get better from 6-0, Simon. Surely there's areas that you'd like to continue to improve on. Is there anything you're specifically targeting this week?
Even though we sit where we sit, you know, there's still games, and there's every time we play a game, there's things that we can improve on. You know, last week, as I said, it was supply. You know, we wouldn't want to be in a position where we're losing supply too often in a game of footy. And I think last week's game against Richmond, it would have been a lot tighter game had, you know, Richmond taken their opportunities. So we want to be a forward half team. Supply was certainly an issue that we didn't want to have last week, and It's the first time we've lost it. So that's an area of the game that we want to make sure we're really strong in, and that comes from our stoppage, our contest work, and our ability to transition the ball. So a whole range of things go into that. But as a team, there's things that came out of last week where we sit here and we go, we need to get better.
Simon, there's been a lot of discussion around how important your defence has been to your success this year, but can we just hone in a little bit on Jake Lever and just how outstanding he's been? Is this the player you thought you were getting, I guess, a few years back now? Is this what you were expecting when you gave up 2 first-round picks?
Yeah, look, when we looked at Jake, you know, I think it's now nearly 3 or 4 years ago, he was an outstanding 21-year-old defender. He still had a lot of improvement in his game, but he had quite a significant impact in the time, you know, at the LA Footy Club. And you know, when he came to Melbourne, we always thought that he could mature, he could get better, he was going to be a great leader. And that was one of the big reasons why we got into our club, with his leadership. And what we're seeing now is all of that. You know, he's a high quality player. He's gone through some adversity, obviously off the back of a knee reconstruction. And he's starting to really drive a back 6 or 7 that are playing some really strong footy. But the thing that I've been most impressed with him is his ability to play the same way, but his ability to lead others around him and help drive our footy club. So he's certainly turning into the player that we hoped for, and we always knew he had the potential to be. And it's really come down to his great work, his dedication to the game, his ability to fight back after some adversity, but also make sure he's really clear on what makes his game successful.
And we've seen him play on guys like Himmelberg and Membry, but do you see his evolution becoming a player like, say, Alex Rance, who takes the number 1 forward as well as being that interceptor in the future?
Yeah, look, I think when he first came to the club, he was a bit more of an interceptor. And last year, we really refined his game about winning contests and playing on some of the key forwards. You know, we didn't have Adam Tomlinson playing back there last year until right towards the back end of the year. So for a large part of last year, he was playing on a lot of the key forwards last year, and I think it was fantastic development for his game. So what we've seen with Jake, he can do both for us. He can play on the tools, he can play on the keys, but he can also play on the smalls, and it's a really good luxury to have at the moment. Adam Tomlinson's doing a great job in that space for us and allowing Jake to play on a variety of different players.